Today we're going to take what most people consider to be the greatest support class in the game and turn it into a high damage output powerhouse. Today we're going to be talking about the College of Whispers Bard here on Rolling with Advantage. Today we're going to be looking at making a College of Whispers Bard, and while there are many great race options to go with, the Dragonborn was the one that really caught my eye. We get +2 to Strength and +1 to Charisma, which is going to be perfect for the melee-based Bard that we're going to be making today. But it was the Draconic ancestry, and more importantly, the lore behind the dragons that really gave me a theme to really want to build around. Of course, we get the Breath Weapon, which is fun to play with, but you see, for dragons, both green or copper dragons are perfect choices for a College of Whispers Bard. The green dragon is traditionally seen as the liar and the manipulator of the dragons, and the copper dragon is the great host and the entertainer. And I think the copper dragon would be fun to play around because maybe his deceit and his lying is simply exaggerating or bragging about something that's way bigger than it really was, making mountains out of molehills, if you will. I think that could be a lot of fun. Plus, I think the acid is a better breath weapon than the poison that we see with the dragon. So that's why I would go with the Copper Dragonborn as our race. So as we take a look at the class, we are going to start with 3 levels in College of Whispers Bard. And, as far as proficiencies, pick what you will. I do recommend getting Deception. I chose Persuasion, Stealth, and Perception. I am getting Deception and Sleight of Hand out of my background, which will be Charlatan. So this is how this is going to work. Basically, Psychic Blades is the ability we're going to be building around. At level 3, we pick this up as a College of Whispers Bard. It allows us to once per turn use our Bardic Inspiration offensively and deal 2d6 psychic damage, which is a great type of damage to have in your kit. So 2d6 psychic damage once per turn. Okay, so that's really fun. So every turn I can use my inspiration. I'm going to have 3 of them at level 1 to deal out some additional damage. Well, that's pretty good, but how do we really ramp that up and amplify it? And what we're going to do after our 3rd level in Bard is we're going to take 2 levels in Paladin. This is going to give us the chance to have medium armor, which we're going to need since we're going to be in the thick of it. We're also going to pick up a fighting style, which we're going to take defense to get the extra AC. And now we pick up the ability to Divine Smite. As far as damage goes, between Divine Smite and then the College of Whispers Psychic Blades, we can dump a lot of damage quickly. And the thing that I really like about this as we look at our character sheet is that it's 2 different resources that we're pulling from to do that, which is pretty cool. Real quick, as far as ability goes, under point buy, you want to make sure your 2 highest stats are going to be Strength and Charisma. This is what mine looks like. I get +2 as a Dragonborn for Strength and another +1 for Charisma. So these are both 16. Those are the stats we want to have the heaviest in. Now, I want to take a look at what this character looks like at level 5. So at level 5, what we're going to have is I'm dual wielding here since I don't have extra attack. You're giving up a little bit here, but the idea is that you're really kind of fishing for crits to really maximize your damage. The other thing is that every time I attack, I have this option of once per turn, I can use my Psychic Blades, which at level 5 is now 3d6, and I can also use my spell slots to pump out smites. And as a bard, I'm getting a lot of spell slots. At level 5, I'm going to have 4 spell slots that I can use at level 1 and then 3 second level slots. And that's something very interesting, is that the Paladin Smite ability does not specifically say that you have to use Paladin spell slots. So these bard spell slots that are your utility spells generally can now be converted into an offensive powerhouse. So theoretically, on one attack, I could swing with my weapon, I could do 3d6 with my Psychic Blades at level 5, and then turn around and do another 3d8 damage using a second level spell slot. That is a lot of damage out of a class that's typically seen as the support role. Now, the cool thing is with this build is that you're still the support person. I mean, look at your skills. You're still getting your expertise. You're still getting, great skill sets here. You're also a healer. You have Healing Word. You also have Lay on Hands as far as the Paladin. So you're, you can be a backup healer or, Just depending on how your game is, maybe you are the healer. So these are a lot of fun things that we can do with this class at level 5. Now, leveling from here, we have a lot of options. Some might say, hey, let's go ahead and get Paladin up to level 5 so we pick up extra attack, which you totally could do. How I would do it, I would keep just with the dual wield, the 2 attacks, because I can only use my College of Whispers Psychic Blades ability a number of times equal to my modifier, and I can only do it once per turn. So having extra attack, it'll help me dig for more crits. You could make an argument for that. I personally like the idea of just going straight Bard after this. The reason behind that is it's not going to slow down my spell progression, and I'm going to get bigger spells, bigger smites, and I still, at late level, will get a 9th level spell, which I think if you're going to be taking this all the way up, having a caster, I would prefer to do that over getting the extra attack you might get out of a Paladin. But this is totally your call. I think either way is great. You're going to be building a great character that can do both support, healing, damage. It can do a little bit of everything. But this is how I would go. Now, as far as ability score improvement, I would continue to just pump your charisma as high as possible. Just keep taking that and get that up to 20, because the more chances you have of using your Psychic Blades ability, the better. So just keep building up that way. As far as spell slots go, your mileage is going to vary based on however you want to play. Personally, because I'm going to be melee based, I like the idea of having Thunderclap and Thunder Wave. Hold Person is great. If you can get that to stick on somebody, then it's an automatic crit when you turn around and hit them with the smite. So that's huge. Invisibility and Suggestion. These are all low level spells that I really like. That are a good flavor for the character itself. So this is how I would build a damage dealing bard. I would take straight College of Whispers. I'd take a 2-level dip in Paladin and pick up smites, and I think this could be a ton of fun to play. So if you have played a College of Whispers bard, I would love to hear your experiences and see what were the limitations that you found with it, or what are the strengths. I always like to know the good and the bad of the build. If you have any questions about the build, be sure to leave some comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep rolling with advantage. Thanks.